They found it glowing green in the darkest sky on Earth. But 3i Atlas wasn't supposed to glow at all. No carbon chains, no explanation. Just an interstellar object doing the impossible while moving with perfect, unnatural precision through our solar system. Not drifting, not reacting, almost navigating. And when scientists traced its origin, they found something even more disturbing. It comes from the same region as the legendary WOW signal. Coincidence? Or a message still arriving? Tonight we dive into the mystery of the object that may not just be passing by, but watching us. They call it 3i Atlas, not because anyone truly understands it, but because they needed a name for something that doesn't fit anywhere in our existing knowledge of the cosmos. A label for an object that arrived from another star system and immediately started behaving in ways no comet, asteroid, or interstellar visitor ever has before. It wasn't discovered because someone was looking for something extraordinary. It was discovered because it refused to hide. During a rare lunar eclipse over the remote deserts of Namibia, a group of astrophotographers took advantage of one of the darkest skies naturally possible on Earth. With the moon completely shadowed and no reflected sunlight interfering with their equipment, they pointed their telescopes deep into space, not toward famous nebulae or distant galaxies, but at a faint point of light moving silently among the stars. That point was Atlas. What they saw was not faint. It was glowing. Not white, not yellow. It was glowing an unnatural, vivid green. At first, the images were dismissed as errors, digital noise, optical distortion, filter problems. But then more images appeared from different observers in different countries using different instruments. All of them showed the same thing. A compact interstellar object surrounded by a ghostly green glow. The problem was simple and deeply unsettling. This object should not be green. Scientists have known for decades why certain comets glow green. It happens when diatomic carbon, known as C2, reacts with ultraviolet light from the sun. But spectroscopic data collected from major observatories showed that 3i Atlas doesn't even contain C2. It's deficient in carbon chain molecules, and yet it glowed anyway. As researchers dug deeper, the mystery only expanded. The coma, the cloud of gas and dust surrounding the object, showed unusual chemical characteristics. Instead of being dominated by water vapor, as typical comets are, it contained an abnormally high concentration of carbon dioxide, CO2, not H2O. This is almost the opposite of what we expect. Most comets form in cold outer regions of solar systems where water ice dominates, but 3i Atlas seems to have formed in an environment where carbon-based gases were more abundant than water. A completely different birth environment, a different kind of stellar nursery. But even that wasn't the strangest part. Buried inside the spectrographic data was something else. A metallic signature. Specifically, vaporized nickel. Now, metals in comets are not entirely unheard of, but they usually only become detectable when comets approach very close to the sun, when temperatures rise high enough to vaporize solid materials. 3i Atlas, however, was releasing nickel while still far from the sun, out near the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, in an environment not remotely hot enough to explain it. That meant something was heating it from within, or something else was happening. Some scientists proposed exotic natural explanations, unusual bonding structures, rare mineral compositions, extreme porosity. Plausible but still theoretical. Other scientists noticed something uncomfortable. Advanced propulsion systems, at least in human theoretical models, often use metal-rich alloys, especially nickel-based materials. When such engines operate, traces of metal could appear in the exhaust. This doesn't prove anything, but it adds a layer of unease to an object that already refuses to behave normally. Then there is its motion. Comets are messy travelers. As they heat up, they release jets of gas, and those jets act like tiny thrusters, pushing and spinning them unpredictably. This effect, known as non-gravitational acceleration, is measurable in almost every active comet. But 3I Atlas doesn't behave like that. Despite clear evidence of outgassing, its trajectory has remained almost perfectly stable. From its discovery in early May through months of observation, its velocity and path barely shifted. Its non-gravitational acceleration measures only about 1.5 kilometers per day, an almost insignificant amount on cosmic scales. Compare that to 2I Borisov, another interstellar comet, which showed variations exceeding 100 kilometers per day, or Halley's Comet, or Hale-Bopp, both massive and powerful, shifting their paths by 10 kilometers per day or more. Oumuamua, the first known interstellar visitor, changed its direction by over 1,000 kilometers per day at certain points. And yet 3I Atlas moves like an arrow, straight, calm, precise. It doesn't wobble, it doesn't stagger, it doesn't drift the way chaotic natural objects normally do. It holds its course with mathematical consistency, as if maintaining a trajectory instead of suffering one. When scientists traced its origin backward, they discovered something else. It came from the general direction of the constellation Sagittarius, a dense and energetic region of our galaxy near the galactic center, a place filled with stars, dust, and deep gravitational forces. But Sagittarius is known for something else too. In 1977, astronomers at Ohio State University were using the Big Ear radio telescope when they received a powerful narrowband radio signal unlike anything they had ever seen. It lasted 72 seconds. Its frequency was 1420 megahertz, the exact frequency of the hydrogen line, a universal signature of the most abundant element in the universe. The astronomer reading the printout circled it and wrote one word: wow. To this day, the wow signal remains unexplained. It never repeated. It never returned. No known natural source matched its characteristics. No human technology could account for it. And it originated from the direction of Sagittarius. Now comes the coincidence. Calculations suggest that if 3I Atlas has been traveling through interstellar space for millions of years, in 1977 it would have been passing through the outer fringes of our solar system, far beyond the orbit of Pluto. There is no proof that it emitted the signal, no evidence that connects it directly, but the alignment is disturbing. Same direction, same region, same part of the sky, and only one signal ever detected. If you were an advanced civilization wanting to announce your presence using the most universal scientific language possible, you would choose hydrogen's frequency. And if you were sending a message from a traveling object rather than a stationary star, you'd only pass that point once. It's just a theory, not a conclusion, but a theory that refuses to disappear. The current trajectory of 3I Atlas suggests it will pass behind the Sun relative to Earth. We may lose visual contact with it as it moves into the blinding solar glare, which means we won't get a close look. We won't see its surface in detail. We won't know what lies at its core unless something changes. And based on everything we've seen so far, change is the one thing we cannot rule out. Because this object has already broken too many rules. It glows when it shouldn't. It contains metals when it shouldn't. It holds its path when it shouldn't. And it comes from the same region as one of the greatest unexplained signals in human history. The rational explanation is that 3I Atlas is a natural object born around a foreign star, shaped by conditions we don't yet understand, and governed by physics still beyond our full comprehension. And that may very well be true. But even natural things can be extraordinary. Even natural things can be unsettling, because the deeper truth is this: the universe does not owe us simplicity. It does not owe us familiarity. And it certainly does not behave according to what feels comfortable. 3i Atlas is a reminder of that. A reminder that our solar system is not isolated, that our cosmic neighborhood is not empty, that the boundary between the known and the unknown is not a wall, but a thin veil crossed occasionally by visitors we are not prepared to understand. Maybe it's just a comet, or maybe it's something far more deliberate. But either way, it didn't come from anywhere ordinary, and it didn't come here by accident. It came from the deep, cold unknown of interstellar space, and it's still moving. 3i Atlas is still out there, moving silently, unchanged, unexplained. Maybe it's just a strange comet from another star, or maybe it's something far more deliberate. We still don't have the answers. But what we do know is this: objects like this challenge everything we think we understand about the universe. So keep your eyes on the sky, because this story isn't over yet. If you want more mysteries like this, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and join us on the next cosmic journey.